What is going on, guys? We are talking UQ Holder 135, and this chapter was all about Tota and Kirie again. Now, I don't know if the author is leaning towards the shipping. I'm kind of hoping not because I'm more of a Tota and Yukihime fan because I think they have a past, they had the present. I mean, they have a lot of. I know it's weird because she kind of raised them, but she knew him way before then. Like, so I'm hoping Yukihime is the it girl, and Yukihime does show up at the end of this chapter. What this chapter was all about was like shenanigans. Come on, it was all about shenanigans. And the beginning of this chapter was all about Kirie's dream and Tota just making sweet, sweet love to Kirie. That's basically what Kirie's dream was all about. But Tota, it was a dream. Tota in real life wants to know all the girls' feelings about like how does he come about saving the world. I mean, things have settled down for now. So how's he going to do this? How is he going to save the world? Like, of course he needs to train, but he needs something else. He needs an idea. So he kind of asks all the girls and everybody around, like well, specifically two girls, Mizori and what's her name, he wants to talk to Kirie, but Kirie is so embarrassed and just keeps running away. So it's like everybody thinks that Kirie and him have fought, or they're not. They're just not getting along too well. So freaking Jinbei uses his little trick called the switcheroo, and any moment Tota's with somebody or massaging somebody or doing something with somebody, Kirie shows up. Kirie shows up half naked. Kirie shows up like when she was taking a shower. He switches them where Tota goes where Kirie is in the sauna. Like and they switch swimsuits. Like it's hilarious, man. It's so funny. But they have a heart to heart. Kirie and Tota have a heart to heart, and I just don't feel. I feel like Tota doesn't see her as like I love you with all my heart. I love you, but I don't love you that way. Every time I see panels with him, there is moments like the last chapter where it looks romantic. It looks like he's starting to catch feelings for her, but there's panels in this chapter where it's like he's still kind of a kid. He still kind of treats her like a kid, and because Kirie kind of passes out a little bit, and Yukihime comes and says like she's gonna be fine, and why don't you guys date already? This and that. Like Tota, don't you like love Kirie? I mean, Kirie is an adult inside, and Tota says, I do love her, and I do like care for her, and I always want to be by her side because of Kirie. I mean, I love Kirie. I love Kirie's character, and now that she opened up to Tota, and we got to learn about her past and everything like that, but as a romantic, I wouldn't be mad. I think I'd be a little bit upset because I do want Yukihime to be the it girl. But if Kyuri was the one to capture, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the one anime that everybody kept on talking about and hating, and they were just like, what the hell was it called? I can't remember what the anime was. It was a dreadful anime, though. People were saying. Um, but it is what it is. If it happens, I really do think Yukihime, she I feel like we're gonna get a chapter where she's trying to get Tota with somebody else because she's trying to. It's like, remember when she kissed Negi and she said that was just training, and then she goes walking off, and then she's just like kind of like she's giddy, right? She's giddy about it because she loves Negi. All right, she loves Negi, but I feel Negi's moved on. Negi's not going to be with Yukihime at maybe she will. He will be with her at the end of this, but I don't know. It's not going to happen. I feel like Yukihime is doing the same thing like she did with Negi with Tota. And I think Tota knows this. Tota has other things to worry about other than love. He has to save the world. But in his heart, I think he still genuinely loves Kitty. He loves Kitty, aka Yukihime. So in this chapter, it was really kind of like spicing up the pairing war, so to speak. If people like, they have the ones people probably want him to end up with Kirie. People maybe want him to end with Keren or Yukihime. For me, it's Yukihime. But I feel like this chapter was just to really spice it up more. I mean, Kirie and Tota have been getting a lot of time together, and I have no problem with that because they're a great duo. They're a great back and forth. They're great comedic performances too on here. I want to say performances. I mean comedic interaction in the panels and dialogue and so on and so on forth. But it's going to be interesting. That was an interesting question when he was asking everybody, like, how do I save the world? I mean, I feel for Tota. I want to see his training progress. I want to see where he goes from here. And I want to see more Yukihime and Tota panels together. Not necessarily romantic, but just them kind of she gave him 2 days off. But I want to see those two figure this whole thing out, because Yukihime is very much involved with this because Negi and everybody and Asuna. So I'm just very interested to see where they go from here. And of course, the whole Yuki Holder just like disappointed in themselves because they were no match to Negi and his crew. And they can't just automatically just power up like that. It's not like they have somewhere they could train in what's it called, a time chamber. It's not like it's Dragon Ball Z and they have a time chamber. They really have to step up their game to get to the top of the tower, or at least to help Tota get to the top of the tower. But we'll see how that goes. But overall, I did really enjoy the chapter. I really enjoyed a lot of the funnier comedic moments in here. That's what it's so strong about Yuki Holder is the comedic moments, but when it's time to get into action, it's time for some fights. It really does kind of capture you as well. That's why I think Yuki Holder is one of those awesome mangas that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, but a lot of people know, and that's why you have fans out there. But I really do need to get on that Negi manga. I should have picked up the first. I had a chance to pick it up. I didn't. I picked up some Yuki Holder manga, but I'll pick it up probably next weekend when I get my next paycheck. So I'm gonna be starting to learn more of the lore of Negi. But I do know a little bit of the lore of Negi, but more in depth with it. So can't wait for 136. I'm actually happy how they're doing it with a monthly release. I think the weekly release is a little bit too much. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of anime out there, a lot of movies, a lot of everything, especially with my schedule. But the monthly releases, like The Walking Dead, when I read the comic book monthly release, I think it's good. So thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Making That. You find more of my videos on the YouTube channel. Like the video if you like it. Comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. And you guys have a good one.